We are 9 years into the save, and our best ever finish in Serie A was 6th, and that was our first season in the competition. We followed that up with 15th place. Last year was 11th. This year, we are gunning for our best finish ever. There are 5 matches remaining in the season, and we find ourselves 2 points behind Palmeiras at the top of the table. We've been on an incredible run, plus we have gotten our youth intake. It looks pretty good. Not nearly as many players as last year, but we've got some quality. And in fact, a couple of them are in the team for our semifinal matchup in the Copa Sudamericana. We're going to get into the first leg in just a minute. We're taking on Lanús out of Argentina. A chance to make it to a continental final for the first time in the save. But we have played 9 matches in the league, and we have been fantastic. We started off with a 2-2 draw against Palmeiras. We actually had to come back in this one. We were down 2-0 within the first 11-12 minutes, but Arisvaldo Pereira and Leo able to get us back even. We had a chance late on to take the lead. We just could not finish, but it's okay. A point against the team that we've only beaten once, and that was the end of last year, by the way. Since we got into Serie A, I'll take it. Then we went on the road. Vasco da Gama, we beat them 1-0 at home. This was a heartbreaker. Our only loss in this run, 2-1 against Flamengo. I honestly thought that we were going to be able to take this one. We went ahead, Leo with the goal, 29 minutes in. We were 1-0 up at the half. Then Pedro tied things up at the 57th minute. And then with 20 minutes left to go, Mateus Alves able to sneak one past. Feijão was not fantastic in this match. One of the things about him is he is quite inconsistent. But then we went on the road at Corinthians, a team that we've played many times. They knocked us out of the Copa do Brasil in the 3rd round. We managed a 1-1 draw. Lionel Torqueta rescuing the point for us in the 66th minute. A 1-0 home win against Internacional. We didn't look great, but we did our job. Edson Jose picking up a goal in there. A 1-0 home win against Botafogo. Back-to-back clean sheets for Feijão Beto, this time with a screamer from about 20 yards out, put us ahead, and that would be all we would need. On the road to Grêmio, a 3-2 victory. Goals from Edson Jose, Manuel Rodriguez, and Fabiano Jäger, and then we just started blowing the competition away. 3-0 against Regates, a hat trick for Manuel Rodriguez, and then João converted a penalty. That would be all we needed, but Arisvaldo Pereira provided a brace to give us another 3-0 victory at home. So 4 clean sheets in our last 5, all of them victories, and a chance to potentially win Serie A in Season 9. But we are focusing on the Copa Sudamericana this year, a competition we've already qualified for, by the way. We do have a change in our lineup, and that is João in at the number 8 because Leonardo picked up another injury. He's out for 5 weeks, and we basically didn't have him for that run of 5 victories. So doing pretty good, even without one of our best players and the number 14 Wonderkid in the world. So it's going to be Feijão with Ivanzinho, João Enrique, Canella, and Souza Silva as our back 4. Beto paired with João, Torqueta ahead of them, Rodriguez on the left, Pereira in the middle, and Edson Jose manning the right wing. Now, I get it. I know I said that we were going to talk about our youth intake in a little bit, but 2 members of this year's intake are actually in the side for the semifinals of the Copa Sudamericana because I think they either have a tremendous upside or we just absolutely need the depth. Arisvaldo Pereira has been injured quite a bit. Leo is coming back from an injury. He's not fully match fit. So we brought up Nicleu Piton, a 16-year-old currently playing on our reserve side. He's got a decent amount of pace, great finisher, great technique, good off the ball. At 16, needs to work on his strength, which seems to be a massive problem with all of the youth coming through, but hopefully he won't get knocked around too much if he needs to see time in this match. And the other player is the one that I am most excited about in this youth intake. 5-star potential, already 2 stars of current ability. Defensive midfielder, Mateus, 16 years old, strength of 12. We got a 16-year-old with a strength above 4. That in and of itself is exciting. Needs to work on his passing, doesn't have the greatest vision in the world, but his tackling ability is good positioning, good leadership, potential future captain for this side if we are able to keep him around, because you know the Sharks are going to be swimming once he starts to develop. Already a goal in just 2 appearances on the youth side. I think he is going to be a stalwart on this team for years to come. More on the rest of our youth intake coming up in between matches. I just wanted to highlight those players just in case we end up seeing them on the pitch during this live commentary. Club Atlético Lanús, they are a mid-table team right now in Argentina. We are sitting just under the top of the table in Serie A and destined for our best ever finish in the save. Edson Jose, actually the best ever finish for the club, like in real life and here in Football Manager. We've already enjoyed the best ever finish in the Sao Paulo State Championship. Let's see if we can add on to that. And I am pretty sure that Ituano has never been in the semifinals of the Copa Sudamericana. I'm still pinching myself that we are having such a good season here. Ivan Zinho with the ball up the wing. Rodriguez is there. He'll lose control. And here comes Lanús the other way. Vignolo, Maciel, Arias gets away from Edson Jose, played up the left wing, Maciel into the middle, and it tic-tacs its way to Julian Vignolo. He's going to score, and Lanús, on the road, has taken a 1-0 lead, and perhaps I have underestimated this team coming in. I've gotten a little too confident. Sousa Silva getting his foot on that, directing it right into the path of the Argentine striker. So first shot on goal for either team in this match, and Lanús has the lead. Meanwhile, Colombia's Atlético Nacional enjoying a 2-1 lead over Newell's Old Boys. Those will be the teams that we could potentially be facing off in next episode in the final. Of course, we do have to get that far. Once again, we get a little cocky on the ball, get dispossessed. And here comes Lanús the other way. Medina up into the middle. Zhao's going to step in front of that quickly. Arisvaldo Pereira finds Leonel Turqueta up the right side. Takes it deep. Loses it. Cleared away. Chested down by Sousa Silva. Zhao now with a shot from distance. And it just goes wide. We've already demanded more from our team as we tick towards the 5 minutes remaining point of this first half. And I don't wear headphones or earbuds in any way, shape, or form when I'm recording these, and I heard the dog barking downstairs. I don't know if it bled through. Turqueta, oh, what a save made. Enrique taking his man down in the box. That'll be a free kick for Lanús, and that's the end of the first half. We find ourselves trailing 1-0 in this one. Now, in this competition, I'm going to be perfectly honest. We've been a better road team than we have been at Novelli Junior. And, oh, by the way, news on that coming up as well. I might need to make a note to myself to remind myself because I've already forgotten. It was something I wanted to touch on in the introduction. But c'est la vie. Too late for that. We've got 12 shots on goal, only 3 of them on target. So far, we have not yet solved the Lanús goalkeeper, and they are threatening once again in the 54th minute. Arias working it around. Medina holds up play for a moment. Beto getting a foot in, knocking it away, playing it for Arisvaldo Pereira. He's got some space out wide to the right. Pereira with a shot, and that wasn't great. See, I made the cardinal error of talking about how well we played in the 9 matches leading up to this one, so naturally it means that we're not going to play well here. Once again, demanding more from our team, but we've got less than 20 minutes left, and we've got to get something done. Pereira's going to come off. I'm putting in Nilciu Pitol. Pitol? Pitol. I'm going to call him Pitol. Meanwhile, off on the right side, Leo is going to come in place of Edson Jose. Beto will be replaced by Eric. So a trio of changes as we lined up for a corner that we didn't get to see because I was making a trio of changes. That's the one thing that drives me nuts about Football Manager. There are times where there is going to be a highlight, and then you do something, whether it's a shout or a substitution change or a tweak to the tactic, and that essentially negates the highlight from actually playing. And 20 shots on goal, 0.75 XG. We just have not been good enough in this match, and it showed. And we are going to have to really buckle down come back because we are trailing this tie heading into the away leg 1-0. I'm going to look at it positively, though. Maybe we needed this little bit of adversity. We're smelling ourselves, had a little bit too much success, and maybe we needed this to be a springboard into an absolutely fantastic performance on the road in Argentina. At least that's what I'm hoping. Now, I did tease that we were going to talk about Novelli Jr. We've got a ton of money. We've got over $100 million in the bank. And since we're not buying players, we have nothing to spend it on. So we just decided we're going to buy the stadium. And that's in the planning stages right now. Not sure yet how much it's going to cost us, how much it is going to affect our bottom line at the end of the day. But to own our own stadium would be nice. And we've been here for a very long time. I think Novelli Jr. is from like the 1950s. I'd have to look it up. I'm not going to go searching for the information right now in Football Manager because I'm not very good at finding things in the game when on the spot. But better than build a new stadium, let's stick with our home and just make it our own. All right, we had 5 elite prospects in our youth intake. We already looked at the top one. That is Mateus. This is Josemar. He's a right winger. Now, he can play right wing and he can play right back. Still unconvincing in the middle. We're hoping to change that. Not a lot to look at right now, but he's got a ton of potential. And his technique, his flair numbers are looking pretty good. Decent off the ball for his age. Yes, strength of 3. Can he use a little bit more pace? Absolutely. I love his acceleration, though, and his aggression numbers are fantastic. I think give him a little seasoning, and we'll see where we are in a season or two. Jose Mario has the kind of polygon that I am looking for in a central midfielder. So I think that after maybe a season on loan, we might be able to develop him into something pretty good finishing and decent heading right now, even though his jumping reach isn't fantastic. He's only 5'10", strength of 7. That should probably improve, but a good amount of technique, great off the ball, not much of a defensive player. And his passing and vision are just like all right, but I see the bones of what could be a very good player. He does lack consistency, but he is very technical. He's versatile, and I like him. It's not lost on me that probably the fastest player in the intake is named Rodrigo. Pace 13. His acceleration, though, does need a little work. So once he gets up to full speed, he's pretty good. It's just going to take him a while to get there. Pretty prototypical for what we're looking for in either a striker or a winger. My problem with him being a striker is his jumping reach of 2, and he only stands at 5'7". Now, we're not using a target man. Right now, we're doing the channel forward thing. So it might suit him better than some of the other roles that we have used, but that makes him a little bit less versatile in our system, which we've been tinkering with it just a little bit over the last couple of years. And finally, another central midfielder in Tale, 16 years old, very technical player, a bit short. He's 5'5", still has room to grow, quite literally, but his flair and technique numbers are just like off the charts. For a 16-year-old. Still not much of a finisher, and defensively, he's not the greatest. Marking tackling of 6 at this point. We're going to see if we can bump that up. His work rate also isn't great, but he's a decent passer, and he knows where to be on the pitch, which I think is good. His physicals aren't terrible. So another player that has a ton of potential. We just need to see if we can help him achieve it. Well, the week heading into the second leg of this tie has not been kind to us. Leonel Torqueta picking up an injury. He is unavailable. Pito picking up an injury. He just made his professional debut in the last match. He is unavailable. So a couple of changes. Edson Jose is going to move into the middle man, that number 10 position. Leo is going to come in on the right-hand side, and we've jiggered things around on the bench. Carlau coming back in. He's only made like 3 appearances for us. He is going to be departing the club at the end of the year, even though he is a club legend, and that will mean the final piece of our original side will be gone. But that's something we're going to talk about at some other point. Right now, we need to focus on the football. We need to have a better performance than we had last time. Here we go. Pereira is up top. Our wingers are Manuel Rodriguez, who we just gave a new 5-year contract to. He's got lofty release clauses in there. So if he's going to be leaving the club anytime soon, it's going to cost a lot of money to do so, more than he's currently worth, which is good. 22 goal involvements in all competitions heading into this one. So he has been an absolute plus on this side. Leo's going to be on the right wing. It's going to be João and Beto in the midfield with Ivanzinho, João Enrique, Canella, and Sousa Silva, and João Feijão, who is inconsistent. Let's see if that swings back the other way. I sincerely hope that I did not ruin our chances by the way I was running my mouth heading into the first leg of this match. We are the underdogs. We are on the road. We are in Argentina. We are trailing 1-0 on aggregate. Whatever happens, this has been a magnificent run through this competition, especially considering Football Manager jumped the gun and gave us that news item a couple of episodes ago where we were eliminated before we were. We proved them wrong then. Let's see if we can prove everybody wrong now and pick up a victory on the road. Oh, Leo getting in the way of that one. Quickly puts it forward. Edson Jose off to the races. He's in. He shoots. He scores. Puts it into the top corner. And 5.5 minutes into this contest, Ituano leads 1-0 on the night. And we are even on aggregate. Great defensive play by Leo. And then he ends up picking up the assist with a quick pass into space. Edson Jose being chased by two defenders. I don't love the choice to take it wide. He really made things more difficult for himself in that situation. But I will take it. The goal on our first shot of the match. And it's a whole new ball game now. Yes, we are winning the match, but we are even on aggregate. So it's anybody's for the taking at this point. Newell's Old Boys, Atlético Nacional tied at 1. I believe Nacional won that one. Edson Jose getting in front of that pass. Beautiful. Let's go. Counterattack the other way. Little slow. Sousa Silva finding Edson Jose. He's got a bit of room to operate in, taking his time. Leo back out. Sousa Silva drops it. Beto ahead. Medina steps in front of that one, but Leo gets it back. Oh, what a pass from Pereira. A shot on, and Berlone has to make the save. Knocks it behind for the corner, which Edson Jose will deliver. The outswinger. Oh, can't pick out João Enrique. Gets it back, though. Edson Jose, he's in deep. It's cleared away. Beto stepping in front of that one, nodding it down. Leo, Beto back out. Sousa Silva around the side. Leo wide on the right, into the box. He'll lose control, and it will be put behind for another Ituano corner. Here we go. Edson Jose getting another bite of the apple, putting it in. Back post, finds Canella, heading it home. It's Ituano 2, Lanús 0, and we have taken the aggregate lead 2-1. Last season, I should say, was a difficult one for us as far as set pieces were concerned. We were not scoring many goals off of corners. We were decent on direct free kicks because we had Leonardo, and he is just an absolute master in that area. Oh, Ivanzinho, great sliding tackle. Rodriguez drops it to João. Beto, forward, Pereira. Here we go again. Leo up the wing. He's got Sousa Silva on the overlap along the far sideline, taking it deep, putting it back post. Manuel Rodriguez will settle it down into the middle. Beto's header is on. Save made. Still with the ball. Leo with a shot blocked, and Leo was deemed to be offside. So they're going to call that one back and give Lanús the free kick. Half an hour just about gone. Greco up the near sideline, gets it away from Rodriguez. Vignolo, two men around him, frees it to Medina into the middle. Galvan will just drop it back to the center line. Bruno across for Vieri, left wing for Silva, feeding Maciel. I think he may have been offside, but the flag stays down. Comes out, and what a save by João Feijão. I think it's going to be one of those games where João Feijão really steps up and shows what he is all about. I'm not sure how much potential he has left. He was not really a highly rated player when we got him in, but I am so very glad that we moved on from Jonathan to Feijão. He has his moments. He has his games where he just is not very good at all, but I don't get that feeling like what did with Jonathan, that any shot going his way was an absolute crapshoot. I feel confident in João Feijão. I feel confident in the future, for now, with João Feijão. At least for next year, he is definitely going to be our number one goalkeeper. Manuel Rodriguez off of the opening kick of the second half, and we are playing so very well. 4 shots on goal, 4 shots on target, 2 of them put behind the goalkeeper. Greco moves it forward. Vargas has 3 men around him, chased by João Enrique, takes it to the line, lays it out. Greco into the middle. Beto heading it clear. Silva, though, will collect and recycle into the box, into the middle, and Feijão makes the save, but it pops right to Matias Arias, who puts Lanús on the board and ties things up once again with a 2-2 aggregate score. Great initial save by Feijão. I'm not sure there was a lot. I mean, he did have this space here he could have put it into, but at this point, that's kind of just being nitpicky. I'm just going to say he was unlucky. Ivanzinho from the dead ball gets it back from Manuel Rodriguez, puts it over the top, finds Rodriguez. He's got men in the middle. Pereira's shot is blocked. Almost gets a second bite of the apple, but it will be cleared out behind for an Ituano corner. This is where we miss Leonardo. Edson Jose. Oh, Osvaldo Pereira charging in from the penalty spot, puts it home. And we are back up by 2 on the night and 1 on aggregate. This was just fantastic. He literally, starting from the spot, goalkeeper came out, but didn't really have a chance. He was trying to punch it away, but didn't, frankly, come close at all. And Osvaldo Pereira able to take advantage. I've knocked Pereira a lot. We've taken him off very often. 23 goals in all competitions. He's been streaky and he's been inconsistent, but he has been a scoring threat for us really all season long. Maciel, pass picked off by Beto, gets it back from Canella, taking his time. Now, Beto is on a yellow card. So he may miss the final because he's been picking up a lot of yellows lately. Leo Souza Silva running into traffic. Leo, great ball for Edson Jose. He's got Pereira in the middle. And Osvaldo Pereira puts the cherry on the top of the cake. Ituano 4, Lanús 1. And more importantly, we have taken a 2-goal lead in this tie. And we are knocking on the door of the Copa Sudamericana finals. And I cannot believe that phrase is coming out of my mouth. But we are back to action off of the ensuing kickoff. Medina laying it out wide. Moreno pushing it forward. Vargas isn't going to get there. It's Ivanzinho looking to move it the other way. Up for Rodriguez. Into traffic. Beto quickly ahead. João. Into space. He's got Ivanzinho. His cross is blocked by Bruno, but he gets it back. Ivanzinho into the middle. It's in Jose. His shot blocked. Beto trying to put it back into play. Arias, though, heading it forward. And here comes Lanús the other way. Vignola gets it to Vargas, running into 3-4 men. And blissfully, the highlight does end there. We have less than 20 minutes to go in this match. Not super impressed by João. Let us get, who do we want to put? Let's, Paulo Alexandre is going to come in. Beto on the yellow card is going to come off. We're going to see Mateus for the first time because that's just how cheeky I feel like being right now. We're giving Mateus 20 minutes in his first professional match in continental competition. And the final third throw, and let's see if he can get involved. That's him wearing the number 34. Rodriguez, Paulo Alexandre's got it deep, playing it into the middle. It comes to Leal. The goalkeeper committed to it. He had an open net, and he did not disappoint. An assist for Paulo Alexandre. He has not been very involved in the team. We've given him minutes, but he really hasn't done much with it. In fact, only his 3rd assist in all competitions. He's made 32 appearances. So most of them coming in off the bench, most of them not for large stretches of time. 3 assists in this match, by the way, for Edson Jose, plus a goal. Leo with a goal and an assist. Osvaldo Pereira with a brace. We have been absolutely fantastic. And it's exactly what I said. Get behind the line, son. Illegal throw, but whatever. Football manager is going to football manager. So Silva, Mateus with the ball. Ooh, nice pass to Leo in stride. Leo charging forward. Does he have a lane? He takes the shot, but it looks like the defender got his foot on that, and it trickled in harmlessly on Burlone, who has not had the greatest match. But I knew that performance in the last match, while it was a letdown, we still kept the tie in our sights. And we have been, as I said, a pretty decent road team in South America. And we proved it tonight. 5-1 winners on the road, 5-2 on aggregate. And next episode, we're going to the finals. And a huge shout out to Pixelated Suits, because his Atlético Nacional is going to be the team that we face for the chance to win the CONMEBOL Copa Sudamericana. It's coming up next episode. Plus, we got the end of the season. Lots going on. It has been a fantastic year. So glad that I am back doing this series here on YouTube. Thank you for being along for the ride, and I will see you next time for the finals of the Copa Sudamericana. Till then, bye-bye.